Welcome to this reading. My bird might start shrieking here in a minute, so don't mind him. He's kind of on one today, feeling very chatty. And he has some new toys and stuff, and so he's really amped about all that, and he's just kind of on one. So he's got a lot to say, and I love his noise, but it can be a little bit distracting. So hopefully, I've noticed sometimes he chirps and vocalizes to emphasize things that I'm saying in these readings, so I think that's kind of cool. It's not always the case, but I've noticed it happen a couple times, much like you'll hear someone's like notification bell go off in the background right after they've said an important thing in a reading, and then they're all confirmation, and I have that too. So the only things that kind of came through for me but ahead of sitting down are carrots. Like, something about carrots are important. I recently highlighted wild carrot, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's that someone could use maybe some vitamin K or vitamin A, or is getting ready to do some fall planting. I'm not sure exactly what it is about carrots, but they came through more than once. And then there was one other thing besides a song that came through. Let me just see if I can... Yeah, I don't remember that. The main one was carrots, and then this song, which took me a minute to. I had to look up actually who it is, because I thought it was Sly and the Family Stone, but it's actually War, and it's called "Slipping into Darkness." And that song, I don't know the lyrics, only the chorus, which is just I can only hear them singing "Slipping into darkness." I'm out of tune. Maybe not. Maybe that's one of the harmony parts. I'm not sure, but it's a funk. It's a slow funk. It's a really good song, but I only know those words. Slipping into darkness. And then it came through loud and clear multiple times. So I pulled up the lyrics, because I don't think the just slipping into darkness is the message. I think the message is in the lyrics to the song. They don't necessarily resonate for me, so I don't think it's my message, because sometimes my own messages come through in these readings too. I'm sure for other readers also. Oh, and I didn't... So first of all, please like and subscribe if you like my work and you like these readings, or this reading in particular resonates with you. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to remember, I've been thinking about doing a more like rote intro that I say every time, because I like that, but I also I like it when I watch other readings, but I don't personally like doing it. I find that annoying, and I want to skip over it and just get into whatever else I want to talk about. But it's nice to help people land in your space if they've never watched one of your readings before. And also, it's helpful to remind people, like, not all these readings are for you. So don't start tripping or bugging if you're like, what? Or the reading is not making sense, or you're getting upset and really aggravated and mad at me, and like all, if stuff like that is happening, the reading is likely not for you. Although I will just say this, I have had times where the reading is for you, but it's triggering because it's a message that you need to hear, but that you may be resisting. Okay, so sometimes that's true also. But for the most part, these should be reassuring and confirmation for you. Even if they're upsetting information, they should help you feel kind of validated and confirmed for what you might be suspecting, but wondering if you're crazy or something, right? And so anyways, let me just say all that and get that out of the way, and now back to this. So the message that came through was Slipping into Darkness. It's by War. It's from 1971, so that year might have meaning to you. I was slipping into darkness when they took my friend away. I was slipping into darkness when they took my friend away. He loves to drink good whiskey while laughing at the moon. Slipping into darkness, take my mind beyond the dreams. I was slipping into darkness, yeah, take my mind beyond the dreams. Where I talked to my brother, who never said their name. Slipping into darkness, yeah, all my trouble, so I choose. I was slipping into darkness, yeah, all my trouble, so I choose. I got a wife and a baby, now my love hath gained its fame. Slipping into darkness, when I heard my mother say, I was slipping into darkness, when I heard my mother say, hey, what'd she say? What'd she say? You've been slipping into darkness. Pretty soon you're gonna pay. So to me, it sounds like a warning song, right? About vice, but I don't know. I'm going to read this little, see if there's a little, the song is from the perspective of someone whose friend's life was taken away, who withdraws from reality, having to pay the consequences. Because of the song's length, the single radio edit version, okay, it's African and Latin rhythm. The song is from the perspective of someone whose friend's life was taken away, who withdraws from reality, having to pay the consequences. Interesting. There's lots and lots and lots of covers of it. Okay, well, that's it. That's going to have meaning for someone. So let's get into the reading. What's important here? What do we? Well, I'm going to actually, since that was the message that wanted to come through, I'm going to start with a Kipper deck. What's going on? Oops, that's the Lenormand. I actually don't want to use Lenormand. I'd like to use Kipper. What's going on? What was that referencing for someone? Losing a friend. It struck me as maybe losing a friend in a dark way, right? That friend was slipping into darkness, and now his friend who's remaining is following close behind, maybe. What's this message going to be about, Spirit? What is the collective need to know here with that war song coming through? Pleasant letter on the split, so there might be some communication. A shocking happiness and money for a main male. He's thinking about this. So there's a that doesn't strike me as related to those lyrics necessarily, but it could be, because this is very happy. This speaks to a very big shock that's going to lead to a lot of joy and abundance for a main male and a good woman. He's thinking about taking her on a trip. So I don't know what, maybe that's him being like, I gotta live because I lost my friend and I realized life is short and I want to live. So I don't know. Let's just find out now what needs to come out. What's going to be important here? Important information. It sounds like there's a main masculine who's thinking about someone. This might be a woman that's slightly older than him, because it wasn't the main female, it was the good lady, which often indicates an older person to the main subject. So this masculine might be taking his mom on a trip, right? That song references the person's mother, right? So someone might be taking their mom on a trip, surprising their mom on a trip with a trip, right? Which is a nice thing to do for your mom, of course. What's this going on? Or it could be an older woman, right? Like a romantic thing, but let's get more detail or more information here. What does the collective need to know? But it's a positive start, right? That's a great, I was wondering if this was going to be kind of a dark reading, and it looks like it's starting off kind of positive, but it might be that that's coming out of a dark time, right? Because sometimes that happens, like after the storm, when the sun comes back out, it's really sweet. So what's happening? Tell us more. The Magus at the bottom of the deck, and that strikes me as that masculine, that he's up to something. He's cooking something up is kind of what I am picking up on, like possibly a surprise. He might be surprising his mom or another older woman to him with some kind of a journey or a trip. Well, this might be where, yeah, because this is starting off on a little bit of a tense energy. So that might be why slipping into darkness was coming through, because we have a 3 of Cups right next to a 5 of Pentacles, again leading me to think that somebody's feeling on the outside of either a triangle or a group, because that came through in the last reading for a divine masculine, and I don't know if this is going to be more of that, because that sometimes will happen, that you'll pick up on the same storyline multiple times when you're sitting down to do layouts for your channel. And I'm kind of feeling like that might be the case, because we have this sort of tired, wounded warrior energy and this Emperor. So this might be a continuation for that divine masculine, but let's just keep going. Shoot, you know what? These are like almost the identical cards that I got for that reading. So let me just, I'm not trying to shut that down. I'm not against that story coming out. I just want to make sure, because it's making me worry that maybe I didn't shuffle well enough. So let me just shuffle this again here and maybe cut the deck a few times. And I just want to do that to be extra sure that this is what's trying to come out, and not just that I didn't do a bad job shuffling, right? We want our readings to be clear and not starting off on a confusing note. So what do we need to know? What do we need to know in this collective, Spirit? What do we need to know? What do we need to know here? Let's get a nice, clear, concise message. A nice, clear message for the collective that has to do somewhat with the song Slipping into Darkness. Carrots again are in play. Someone might need the nourishment of carrot. Carrot is medicinal, right? So what do we need to know? And if it's to be a continuation of that masculine story, that's fine. I just want to be sure. Someone might be a bass player, because I can hear the bass, the low end of that song, which it's percussive. It's a percussive song, but it's coming through. Just the rhythm of that song, slipping into darkness, and all those harmonies on that. And it's a really groove, like the percussion's great and the bass line is really good. So somebody might be really into that, really into percussion. I am, for sure. I'm a low end person. I like the low end of a band. But what else? What's going on here? So things may not be what they seem, and that could be speaking to that first pull that of the Kipper, that this masculine may be going to surprise a woman in his life with a trip. And it doesn't have to be a romantic woman. We don't know that yet, but that might be why this moon card is here. Things aren't what they seem. Wow, super interesting. So recently I was talking about the fact that 3 kings come through my readings a lot, and they do. It's a very common theme for me to pull 3 kings, or even 4 kings sometimes in a reading. Today it's 3 queens, which is very rare. I would say I probably have maybe only once or twice ever had like lots and lots of queens come out in a reading, more than 2. And here they all are, and they're right all together. So very interesting. We have a Queen of Cups in the cornerstone, which I think may be you. Or it's a water sign that this is all hinging around. That could be the woman that's maybe about to go on this trip. Right next to her is a Queen of Swords. Next to that is the Death card, and then we have the 9 of Cups. So let me just look at this whole spread here, and then we'll dive in. Because we also have the Lovers card here. So it does strike me that maybe this is a romantic connection. That this masculine is going to take a romantic interest. He's going to surprise her with a trip, possibly. The challenge with this may be that, I don't know, let me actually just keep looking here, because something about this, now I'm not so sure what's the deal here. What's with these 3 queens? Is like, What's the situation? This is actually kind of confusing me because it's maybe showing me that this masculine has a lot of choice about women that he could be with. That's actually what it's seeming like. And for whatever reason, maybe because I'm a feminist and I don't like shows like The Bachelor and shit like that, I'm annoyed by this, okay? But that's my personal energy. That doesn't need to infiltrate this reading. I don't like that though. I don't like when there's some gaggle of chicks all vying for the same dude. To me, that's extremely off putting. I would personally never compete for a man in that way. And so to see something like this and see that it might be that this man has his pick of women that he's going to surprise and take on this trip, there's something about that that rubs me the wrong way. But that doesn't mean that I don't have to like it. That's just the facts, right? That's kind of what I think is coming out here, but I'm just going to confirm it to make sure. Because that very well could just be facts, whether I like it or not. This guy is a player and he's got his choice here. He could take 3 different women with him on this trip, and he's in the process of making a choice with this Lover's card. It's good news. Like, it's a positive choice, as looks like where it's heading. He might be choosing to end a relationship with this Death card here in order to start something with someone else. What is with these 3 queens? Have faith in the upright. So that's a positive sign. That makes me a little bit reassured, honestly, because I was like, well, what? You know, who wants that kind of vibe? Like, what am I supposed to fall all over myself in gratitude because you picked me? Like, there's something about that that's kind of annoying to me. But that's a part of me, okay? Like, I'm giving voice to it because it's authentic to who I am. And I know that there are other women that feel like this, that are like, fuck The Bachelor, fuck that shit. Like, I don't do that. I don't scramble all over myself to get a man, right? And so maybe I'm saying that because the women listening need to hear me say that, okay? So I'm saying it. I know, I'm with you. I don't like it either. I think that kind of shit is bullshit. But that doesn't mean that this is necessarily negative. Like, maybe we need to set aside our hackles for a second. Not that I'm not trying to call women catty, but are getting ourselves in a lather over something like maybe we need to reserve judgment, because this actually might be, you know, like, at various times, any attractive person can have multiple people interested in them, and then they go and make a choice. Like, I want to be with this person. You know, that doesn't mean that they're shitty. It just is what it is, okay? So I'm not trying to talk trash about this masculine, I guess, but there's something slightly off-putting about that. And now I'm like, I'm hot. So I feel like I'm on the right track here, because sometimes that happens. It's usually when I'm giving Reiki, I'll get really flooded with heat. I am in menopause, but it's not a hot flash. It's me responding to this energy in some way. So I don't know, maybe this masculine's really hot for you and you're the feminine listening. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're going to see. But I felt like I had to go off on that tangent for a minute. So there's a change here. Like we were just saying, this masculine is going to make a change. He's choosing who he's going to make a love offer to. There's these 2 men here in the reverse, though, so I'm confused about that. Like, is this man actually shady, and he's going to make this love offer as if he's this Don Juan, but he's actually not a good person or something? I don't know. Okay, this is really interesting. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot going on, though. There's a love offer that's going to be made. There's kind of some toxic masculine energy here, but there's also someone in their North Node that's very protected and is about to step into bliss after a time of abuse and destruction. So I don't know this might be you may have been with an abusive man, okay? And now here comes someone in their north node that wants to protect you, that cares about you, right? But there's also a dark feminine here in the reverse. Like there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine, and they're both in the reverse. So it's like, well, who's good here? Like what? I might actually, I don't know why this is happening. It seems very, very confusing. Spirit, can you answer me again about that? Like, who are these three queens? Why is this starting off so confusing? Why is this reading starting off confusing like this? I just did a reading yesterday that was like the most crystal clear reading that one of the most I've ever done. And now it's like, what? This is a little bit confusing. I'm just going to start. Here's what I'll do. To get the clarity, what I'm going to do is, who's the Queen of Cups here? She's in the cornerstone position, and everything's maybe hinging around this Queen of Cups. So that's either you or, you know, someone we're talking about here. But let's see. Who's the Queen of Cups? Who's this Queen of Cups? Someone that's getting out of legal trouble. She's a starseed. So this is a good, like, divine feminine energy that maybe was trapped in a difficult legal situation. She's a sweetheart and a starseed. So this might be you. You might be this Queen of Cups. Now we're going to figure out who's the Queen of Swords. And I could help myself out here maybe and read the reversals. This Queen of Swords came in the reverse. So this might be that divine feminine in the reverse, right? That is being ended. Their relationship maybe is ending with this masculine. I don't know. Who's the Queen of Swords in the reverse here? Is she in the reverse? Who's the Queen of Swords? She's mentally and emotionally unstable. She's spreading false narratives, and she doesn't want to do any work. She's like the opposite of an earth angel, okay? So this is not a good femme here. It doesn't mean she's evil, right? But she's very unstable. She doesn't work. She's not sweet. She's sour, and she's telling a bunch of lies. She's a liar. She's not a truth teller. A Queen of Swords is a truth teller. A Queen of Swords in the reverse stands to reason that she would be a liar. So you're maybe being chosen, or this Queen of Cups is being chosen over this Queen of Swords, who's this liar. But then what's the Queen of Pentacles here? Is this the Queen of Cups getting her yield? What's the Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles is somebody that's trying to break this up and stop this Queen of Cups ascension and block the love offer coming towards her by attaching some kind of an entity to her, and stopping her growth and ascension, or doing spell work to end this possibility for her. So there's a lot of involvement here. There's a lot of people involved. I don't know who this Queen of Pentacles is to the Queen of Swords. That could be who the older woman was. Like, it might be that's coming through, that it's like a mother-daughter or a team of like karmic or toxic feminine energies, right? That don't like that this is happening. So maybe the Queen of Swords is getting a divorce and her mom doesn't like that. And so now they're going to gang up on you. I watched, there's an actual show. I shared the show actually even on my community tab. It's been months and months and months ago. You'd have to scroll way back on the community tab here to see it. But it's from, I'll tell you what it is right now. If you have Netflix, there's a show on there called I Am a Stalker, and they interview people who've been charged and convicted of stalking. And it's really, really interesting, especially if you're interested in criminal psychology. I am. I'm not a criminal psychologist, but I'm interested in that. Criminality is very relative, in my opinion, but like violent crime, malicious crime, hate-filled crime, stuff like that, right, is dark. I'm not someone who would ever defend committing violent crime like that, right, against vulnerable people. And this ex-girlfriend, or no, she was the current girlfriend, but she was very jealous of her partner's ex. And her way of dealing with it was she started stalking and harassing her ex's, her boyfriend's ex, because she was in the relationship. That's another reason it was so twisted. It's like, you're with him. What are you doing? Like, you have him. Why are you harassing his ex, right? But that's what she was doing because she's a stalker, because she's not stable like this was. She wasn't stable. She didn't like that the ex still had some of her man's attention, or a piece of his heart, possibly, right? Like, they had gone through something together or something. And so she started stalking the ex-girlfriend, leaving like curse type items on the ex-girlfriend's front porch, satanic type shit. This woman lives in like a Bible Belt area, so it's scaring her, right? She's like, who the fuck is stalking me and sending me this like doll with a noose around its neck and like spell work shit left on my car, like pentagram, blood, like dead animal in my yard, like really sketchy, not stable shit. Not only was she doing it, her mom was helping her do it. They teamed up and they were stalking this woman together and harassing her, and really, really, really terrorized this woman. She was scared shitless because for months, not even months, for years, she didn't know who it was. And so it's something like that is what is picking up here. Okay, so I know that's a lot of storytelling, but I'm just trying to get to the crux of this. I don't understand. And so now in the facts position is this choice. There's this choice of this masculine coming along, wanting to have a happy, joyful start with someone, wanting to communicate with you. I think you're this Queen of Cups, wanting to start something, right? Wanting to say, it's been hard, but I left my ex. I've chosen to get out of this situation. I want to be with you. But where things are headed is a lot of still maybe some fraught or stressful energy with the Seven of Cups. So now what's the Seven of Cups here? Because this is where maybe there's even some other people involved. That's kind of the impression I had, but it might just be the mom in addition to the Queen of Swords in reverse here. What's the Seven of Cups? Is it representing a choice? Is it representing a choice here? Somebody is working against you. Someone's been like smearing you or slandering you. And again, like we picked up on a minute ago, trying to block what you're doing, trying to stop you from rising, trying to block your work, trying to block you. But here's the surprise, and that's what's got me a little bit worried. It's like, well, is this masculine that's coming towards you that wants to choose you or take you on this trip or sweep you up? Like, are they legit or what? Is this surprise going to be good? Is this going to be a positive surprise? I mean, the work that's being done against you, I'm pretty sure is happening between these two feminines. Like, it's like a mother-daughter or a niece and an aunt. It's an older and a younger woman. I think they're in a relationship with each other, like that one episode of that show. What's the surprise here? It's in the upright. On the split is transition, and we have that here twice now with this death card and transition card. It's been a very difficult change with things in reverse. This person or people may have resisted these changes for a long time, but now there's a good surprise coming. It's a little bit unclear to me though, because here's the Page of Wands, which also indicates a surprise, but it's in the reverse, and here's surprise in the upright, right? So it's like, well, what's the fuck is going on here? Part of the reason that this might be so confusing is because of this working that this mother and daughter are doing, that even though they're losing out, ultimately they're still doing this work. And so it's got a confusing atmosphere going here. That could be what it is. Your family or his family, somebody's family is not on the up and up, and they are going to surprise you with not a good gift. Like, this could be something like bringing you, I had a dream that I talked about in the past on this reading that was spell work. I used as an example. It was spell work that was done against me, and the way that I knew that it was happening was that I was shown in a dream, and it was that someone had baked me a cake, and it was all decorated with, like, this cake was on fire, right? Like, it was flames, and like it was a decoration. It wasn't actually lit on fire, but it was decorated to look like it was an inferno, like a home on fire, or just flames shooting off this cake. And it was under the guise of like, well, you're a fire sign, so we made you this fire cake. What it actually was, though, was a cursed food item that they were going to give me, and that as I consumed it, it was going to cause my home to go up in flames. It was going to cause my home to burn down. It was spell work, okay? And it's something like that is what I feel like is happening. It's saying, it's going to seem like we're this wonderful family. We want to surprise you with this really wonderful, but it's an illusion, okay? That's what the Seven of Cups is. It's actually something that's designed to trap you. I don't know why it's so mixed in with this positive news, though. That's very confusing. I'm not sure what is the deal here. Because it may just be that there is nothing good here, and that this reading is coming out as just a warning to say, don't listen, because none of these people want good for you. I'm really confused about that. Is this masculine that's making a choice and that maybe wants to come towards you and surprise you with an offer? Is that legitimate, or is he part of this trick? Like, is he trying to trick you along with them? That seems unclear to me right now. Is the masculine that's going to choose you, because I'm pretty sure that's what this is that he's going to come say, I left my ex, I want to be with you, and in fact I want to surprise you by sweeping you away for a weekend. And like, who wouldn't want that? Like, I'm not trying to negate that, but there's all these other warnings coming through. That's why it's like, well, is he legit or what? Is this masculine legit? Is he trustworthy? On the split, we have an Emperor in the upright, so that's positive. Is this masculine trustworthy that wants to come in and, well, no. God, this is sad. I honestly don't even know if I want to do this reading. This is really, really messed up. It's like everyone is trying to line you up here. I'm so sorry. Like, this is very sad, and I feel the sadness. Who's the Emperor in the upright? Because there's a toxic couple here that's trying to trick you with this Dark King of Cups. It's a Dark King of Cups, a Knight of Wands in the reverse, and a Queen of Wands in the reverse. It's like a coven or something. This is like a dark community of people. Because it's not just coming out in the Kipperish, which is a very juicy deck, right? That's got a lot of scandal in it and also positive. It's not just scandalous. I love it, right? It's a great deck. It's coming out in tarot too. So there's a dark community that has some kind of interest in you and is trying to stop you for some reason. I don't know if they're stealing from you. I don't know what it is, but it's like they want to put this masculine up to really betraying you, really tricking you, like getting you to fall for him, getting you to, like, he's like a honeypot or something, like you're going to fall in love with him and then ultimately they're all going to betray you. It's a plot like that. This is really upsetting, honestly. Like, I don't want to read this. Like, who are people like that, right? Like, fuck people like this. Like, this is everything that I want to, I don't even know what to say. So let me just keep going. I'm sorry. Who's the Emperor here? It might be you. Who's the Emperor? 10 of Cups on the split. So that's positive. The Magician. Well, that was in the beginning. It might be someone that knows that this is happening, but is not a part of this group. But they're watching, because it's Page of Swords, the Magician, and the Emperor. Like, someone that is on the up and up, that doesn't seem to be a part of this, wants to come towards you, and they're in good energy. Okay, so it's like it's like that you may actually be the one with the choice, that this dark group is going to send a honeypot your way that's like designed to trick you and ultimately hurt you and destroy you and trap you and ensnare you, and then this other masculine who's like an emperor, who's really, I don't know if he's involved or not. Is he connected to these people, or is he totally separate? Because now it's kind of looking like you're the one with the choice, that it's not the emperor. It was laid out like that, like, oh, all these women want this man, but now it's actually shaking out like you're the one that's going to have the choice. You have the choice between someone who's coming to you with an illusion and a lie, and then someone who's very sincere. Does this sincere person... Yeah, he sees you as the Empress. He knows who you are. He sees your value. He doesn't want to be left out in the cold by you. He wants to be with you. This is a Tower. He may know, or he has been a part of this group at one time. And that would explain why it's so positive and so sad, is that he may have been a part of this at one point and now is not, but that's still sad, right? I don't know. So I'm honestly kind of feeling like I don't even know what direction to take this reading. I think what I'll do now is do an entirely new... What do I need to do to get to the bottom of this for you? What is going to be the right way to go? What is going to be the right way to take this reading? I'm feeling like I want to try to do a... Grand Tableau. Who Who are these people? Move this off, actually. Someone's got a shock of money coming towards them, like major abundance. Maybe that's part of this, is that this is driven over money to some degree. Someone's going to make you a fake offer. It's here again, so that's for sure. Someone's going to come in and make you a fake offer. It's an illusion. There's a design, some group of people is coming up with or has come up with a way to try to trap you and trick you and harm you. I don't know why, but they've worked together for some reason to try to steal from you. And create illusion and legal problems for you. It's here. They're going to come in with this fake, like, someone's going to make you a fake offer and they're like a honeypot to trick you. So here's the main... is the main male here that's next to the thief card. What's his energy? These are the three kings here. And the three queens. It's really weird. This is a weird reading. I'm sorry. It's hard to pin down. I don't understand it. Yeah, there's a really, really shady offer coming towards you. Of wealth and a house. But it's designed to block you and destroy your legacy in some way. There's also... There's also someone positive in your orbit. I don't know who they are. Are they here? Like, who's... I can just fuck these cards all up. What about this good gentleman down here? Is he in good energy? Nope. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, because I honestly, like, I don't know where to take this reading because it's confusing and it seems like everybody's out to get you in this reading. Let me just... Okay. What's some advice for you? That's what we're going to ask, because I'm not sure, honestly, how to sort out who's who here without knowing you and having you right across from me and talking to me about who these players could be and sorting it out that way. I don't think we're going to be able to get any more clarity out of this, because It's too confusing. There's so much illusion present that it's like it could be that all of these people involved are to be steered clear of. So what's some advice for you? What's some advice for you? You're this Queen of Cups, and there's an entire group. You've got a whole ass group that's out to get you. It's like toxic family or a dark coven. Some of the people that are trying to harm you are doing spell work. It doesn't have to be everybody involved here. It doesn't even have to be a coven, but it's a group of people, like a toxic family, a karmic family, a karmic work setting. They're spreading rumors about you, working against your reputation. They're even going to stoop so low as to send in a honeypot to trick you, to hurt you. These are really messed up people. I don't like reading this kind of shit, honestly. I don't know. Hopefully this is going to help you. And that's why it's coming out. I don't know why else some crap like this would be coming out. What's some advice for you? Yeah, oh my God. You're being told to take an opportunity. So there is going to be an opportunity for something coming towards you that's positive in the upright. There's also going to be a truth coming out that's really sad. You're going to find out about a betrayal that's going to make you really, really sad here. But there's also going to be a new opportunity coming. And there's someone that's competing for you. That's here again. So it's now coming out in duplicate. So there is going to be someone in the equation that's on the up and up. And let's see if we can find out, like, what are some of their characteristics of this person that's that emperor, right? An emperor is a very masterful, empowered person, secure in their authority, grounded, divine masculine, not toxic, right? They're trustworthy. They're, make you feel safe. So what are some characteristics of the good author that are coming in so you can recognize? Death is here again. So it's going to be a major transformation. When you walk through that door into that opportunity, your life will never be the same. It's absolutely going to be a death. And it's going to be maybe uncomfortable because simultaneously you're going to be learning about these horrible people, right? Or something. But a death experience here is showing as a positive one, right? But doesn't mean it's easy necessarily. It's going to be some work. Interesting. This is the Knight of Wands again. Huh. So it's going to be someone who's really passionate, like a player. A Knight of Wands is a player, and you may have slated this person as a player. But what it's saying here is that he's actually, there's positive things in the future with this person. But it's going to be work. But it's also going to be really beautiful, right? And so why... It's saying it's safe to walk through that door and into that experience with him. But like so if we're thinking about slipping into darkness, that song can shed a light here too. Because there's a man in that song thinking about his friend who was lost to the darkness, right? And then he's about to follow, and at the last minute, he's warned, like, you're about to go down the same road that your friend went. You're slipping into darkness. You better wake up, or you're going to go there too, right? Something like that. That could be this Knight of Wands, and that's why he's a little rough around the edges still. This reading, I tell you what, I find it confusing. We're going to do a point in time reading too, so you know what to watch for. in the immediate future. And I truly hope this is helpful. This is not the kind of message I like to read about. That kind of people doing that kind of thing is just makes me really upset to even imagine. So I'm very sorry. But it's important you know, and I mean, this kind of shit happens. So it's important that you know. So I'm glad it's coming out. It's, again, you've been suspecting this if this is your reading, but you may not know how deep it goes, or there may be some curveballs to it, even though you've been suspecting it, right? So we're going to just do a point in time spread here real quick to see like what's coming in the immediate linear timeline, right? What's coming? I've got my Grandma Schneider here, and she doesn't let anyone fuck with anyone, so glad she's here with us. Clams, something about clams just came through. I don't know what that's about. Clams, random food item like carrots in the beginning. Maybe somebody's gonna make some clam chowder. I don't know many chowders that have carrot in it, but I don't know. Maybe someone lives at the ocean or is gonna take you to the ocean. Take you out for a dinner. So this masculine that's coming towards you has been in a world of hurt. He's been in a very stagnant and stuck place of conflict. There's been some communication between you maybe about the fact that he's moving into calmer water, or he's been doing what he needs to do to move into a calmer place in his own life and walk away. And that came through where it was saying you're being chosen over somebody, like he's walking away and choosing you, walking away from this highly conflictual situation, moving into a calmer place. And this is the moment that he's at, right? Before coming towards you. He's in this place of a stopping point at a crossroads about deciding whether he's going to come and deciding to come towards you, right? The crossroads here. And then in the immediate future for you is work. Like you just need to keep doing your work because there's victory coming in for you of a collaboration with an emperor. There's also a devil and a king of cups here though that wants to work with you. And so you're going to have your choice between these two masculines. That's what it is. What are some tiles now? There's an emperor and there's a devil. And you're going to have your choice to work with one of them and leave the other one behind that's going to try to trick you into something, like investing in him or telling you he loves you and wants to be with you and wants to sweep you away. And he's powerful too though, so I'm just going to trust you and trust the collective that you're going to know who's who here. But get ready because they're both going to be competing for you. I've got sun here. The sun. So this is what you have to look forward to. A vacation, joy, a new beginning, the truth, a convo, because I've got combo here. Feds, there might be a federal investigation that happens. There was some legal stuff going on or being implied, illegal and legal things. You were maybe also being lined up or set up in some way by this toxic group. It may be that that is going to come to light here. We've got porcupine quills here, which indicate to me that you need to do some things to protect your energy. Porcupine quills are highly protective, so are thorns. So doing something to protect your energy would be a good idea because of all that toxic energy that they're sending to you. Yeah, they're trying to keep you stuck in a pit. Soon. This is changing soon. Lips. Lips is here. Tunes. Somebody might like cartoons. I even see car. Somebody might like anime. Someone might be into do-it-yourself, artist, artwork, projects, construction. Void. Someone's contract might be void. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes came through the other day too. Cartoons that grew up, my generation, Gen X and older, would remember Looney Tunes. Other people might. Looney Tool. Someone might be a Looney Tool here in this situation, but I meant tunes here. So those have relevance. Those have relevance. Looney Tunes and cartoons are meaningful to someone here. Someone might be a lieutenant colonel in the military. Noon might have meaning, somebody's lunch hour. Pins. Military pins again. ID pins. Video. Some of this might be on video. Some of this treachery or whatever. Quilt. Someone might like quilting. He suffered. Someone suffered here. That just came through. Implied, like as a channel message. Leo is here again. And Leon. Nelson. Surfing. Fun. Eden is a name. Eden, it means, right? It's just the Spanish pronunciation of Eden. Dine, somebody might be Navajo here in this collective. Den Mother, that's I think from Cub Scouts. Louisiana is here. Clit, someone might be a feminist or interested in female anatomy. Clitoris, yeah, clitoris is here. penis is also here. So someone might be doing sex magic, or there's just a time of chemistry and sexual connection coming up with someone in union. Clifton. Clifton is a name. Tony Clifton, that was that alter ego of, God, what was his name? That comedian, Andy Kaufman. Wasn't his alter ego character that he had in comedy routines? I think his name was Tony Clifton. So someone might be out there in a fake identity, living a fake life, right? That's vile, that no longer, that they don't relate to anymore. Tony Clifton was not Mr. Likeable, right? Someone was duped here. Someone feels stupid for some reason. Shells. We've got a lot of beach and sun imagery coming through. Shells. Surfing came through. Ocean. Here's ocean. Ten. Shock. We've picked up on a shocking turn of events more than once, so you definitely need to be ready for some kind of a shock. And I think it's going to be related to that treachery. I think when it comes out, it's going to be shocking. I think you already know, because Intuitive Kev's card came out, and I sense that you're intuiting a lot of this yourself. But there's some element to it that's still going to be shocking. Okay, I'm sorry. I wish I was not delivering that kind of message. I don't like it, but I am. Dell Computers. Soy. Opie. Someone might do nails, like be a nail tech. Quiver, like quivering in fear, or quiver like a quiver that holds your arrows. Someone might be into archery. Nuts. Dios, which means God. Dios and diosa. Child. Soft. Nine-inch nails. Over. None. Pi, P-I, and P-I-E. Sound. Doña. Don and Doña, and also Dawn, the name Dawn. Ellie. Elisandro. Lisa. Lindy. All right, I think that's going to be everything. I hope this is helpful. I'm sorry, I feel aware that this reading's kind of been all over the place, but I hope it's helpful. Just be ready. There's going to be a big surprise. It's going to have to do with two different masculines, and both of them are going to show up seeming like they're in this really emperor-like energy. Only one of them is. The other one is trying to trap you into something, and they're operating as if they're like a honeypot. And the only contemporary example I can think of that, other than it's been in movies like 007 movies and stuff, but Jaguar Wright was talking about the fact that she, in her belief, wherever, I go back and forth about whether I think she knows as much as she says she knows, and that's I know how a lot of people feel about her, but I think she knows a lot about what's gone on in the industry. And I don't know that I believe this, but her theory, or what she claims to know, is that Lauren London, who was Nipsey Hussle's ex, his woman when he died, who also has a child with Lil Wayne, Jaguar Wright says that Lauren London was actually a honeypot that was put in Nipsey Hussle's life to basically get him out of the game, because Puffy is too obsessed with controlling the entire industry and couldn't let someone like Nipsey Hussle come in and basically like knock Diddy out of his place. So Diddy's mode would be to either like bring this person into his world and then get rid of him, or put him under him and get him working for him. Well, and if you know anything about Nipsey Hussle, he's an OG, right? Like, he wasn't going to allow that or whatever. But it's something like that is what's going on. Like, whether that's true or not, I'm not trying to say one way or the other, but it's that level that we're talking about. It's like a group of people that decided she's climbing too high, for whatever reason, that they're out for you and not wanting you to succeed and wanting to take what's yours and all of that. They are sending in someone from their group to fuck with you and trick you, basically. So, because that was her whole story, was that part of Lauren London's role was to trick Nipsey Hussle over a long period of time, ultimately to his demise, right? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying I think that's true or not true. It's that type of story is what we're talking about here. So don't fall for it. Use your discernment. What's one final card? What's one final advice for you out of this whole clusterfuck? Because it's what it is. It's a clusterfuck. Somebody's an emperor, though, so don't lose sight of that. But it's just saying it's really confusing. What's some good advice for you? Now that all this information came out in this layout. To be fair, card 38. Can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit, and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. So you're not going to be in danger here of taking a misstep. There's not a big warning. If anything, you're being asked to just stay who you are, stay true to you, be fair to everybody involved. You don't have to reduce yourself to anybody's dark, shady ass level. Just hear everyone out, and you're not going to have to fear. You're just going to, because through your own fairness and right way of being, it's going to shake out the way that it's supposed to. So thank you for being here, and please like and subscribe if you like my work, and come back for more. And we'll see you in the next one.